right, so welcome back to Multifamily Live. Today we're going to dive in. We're going to talk about 4 years of podcasting. That's right. We started down this journey back in 2017, and you don't know what you don't know on so many things in life, and so many times in life you don't do something because you anticipate what the result's going to be, right? You say, okay, I'm going to do this, but I won't start until I'm ready or I'm prepared or I know a little bit more or I can buy this or that to have it in my wheelhouse. And then you start stuff and you're blown away about what is brought about by your action taking. And I can think of a lot of different reasons of just why podcasting has been just an instrumental piece to our relationships, to our we'll say business, to just our growth, because it has explored a world that before starting it, of course, was foreign to us, was unfamiliar.
Yeah, talk about unfamiliar. I mean, back in, what was it, 2017? We had this crazy idea that we were going to start a podcast. Imagine if, though, because think about all the dreams and aspirations, all the things that you tell yourself, one day I will ... If Jason and I had done that, there are so many people that we wouldn't have met. There's so many people that we wouldn't have interviewed. When we first got started in podcasting, we didn't know everything. We still don't. The thing is, we learned so much. I can say so many people that I have had the pleasure of interviewing that either I have been blown away by, or sometimes it's just that one thing that they're doing that I'm not doing that takes my business to the next level, that takes our business to the next level, that takes our mindset to the next level, that just takes us to that place that we weren't before. So that's what, I mean, when you all listen to podcasts, when you listen to a podcast, that's what you're listening for. But with us, for us, we've had the honor of being able to be right there, front and center, asking the questions and asking people exactly what we want to know about their businesses. And that has helped us in turn to grow. So let's talk about 2017. Where were we?
Yeah, so we were still in New Jersey. We were not completely delved into multifamily at that time. We had the Real Estate Investing Foundation podcast, and that gave us really the opportunity to just interview so many people doing so many interesting things in real estate. And to get started, I want to be a little bit on the technical side, is that you don't have to make it just so complex. To get out of the gate, we set up Zoom. We taped them on Zoom, right? And then with that audio, we use an Audio-Technica mic. And today we're still using Zoom. We've actually now upgraded to a Blue Yeti. In the beginning, we were actually just using the computer camera. Then we moved up to an HD camera, right? One of the HD cameras. And then from there, we've now jumped into Canon Mark II. Series 6, or I think that's the right name for it, but that's been our camera upgrade. So we've slowly upgraded, but it didn't stop us from getting started, right? Because just imagine having the ability to get in the room with people that you potentially admire or just like what they're doing or just curious about what they're doing. And now you get to ask them about themselves, about how they've done it, about what suggestions they would make for others to do it, what steps in place that they're putting to grow themselves in the future. Well, that's what podcasting provides, right? And you can do this in many facets. So you say, hey, I don't know anybody in my area who's doing something, or I just wish I had some guidance. Well, okay, starting a podcast now allows you to ask the questions you want to ask to these people to get the results or the answers that they've used to be impactful in their business, in their situation. And we've interviewed just a tremendous, over
hundreds.
Almost, we're coming up on 1,000 episodes somewhere in the future, but hundreds of people we've now interviewed. And some of these we've asked to come on the show. Some of these have been brought to us or suggested to us in many different capacities. We've come on shows before not knowing who people are, really just getting their brief information before coming on the podcast of just someone we're excited to interview, and get on the show and just blown away about what they are doing in their business and what they are doing to just make an impact. And how would we have known these people if we didn't have this platform where they can be recommended to us or brought to us?
So 2017, we get started. What's the one excuse, like one of the largest excuses that you have for not starting something? I don't have enough time. Well, in 2017, we had just taken down our first multifamily. We were still flipping. We were still wholesaling. We still had our construction business.
We had a 3-year-old,
We had
a barely 1-year-old.
And I was actually still pregnant. Remember?
Well, yeah, but that was Leo.
That was Leo.
Yeah.
I'm even getting the babies mixed up. We had so much going on, but we started, and we have gotten, like Jason said, to meet some tremendous people since then. So 2017, we were hosting the Real Estate Foundation podcast.
Investing Foundation podcast. That's how long it goes, right?
And then it turned into the
Jason and Peely project.
Well, first it was the Multifamily Foundation project.
Well, that's true.
And then it was the Jason Peely project. See, I remember things. And now we're the Multifamily Live. So don't be afraid to also grow into your podcast. We didn't just say, okay, we're going to stick with one title and just stay there and stay stagnant. You are allowed to grow and step up into those places that you are and that you have grown into. So don't be afraid to grow. Number one, don't be afraid to take that first step. Number two, don't be afraid to grow.
Yeah, the world's changing, the world's evolving around you. So why can't you? We get lost in what we assume is our identity. And many people, it is your job, right? You find a job and you say, that's my identity. And if I ever lost this job and get so tied to it, emotionally invested who it is, but that's not who you are at all. You've just now said that I feel like my job is me. Whether I'm, a postman or, I'm an Amazon worker or I'm a well-paid, high-level executive, who knows? But you get tied into that being your job or being known as that person. Like you can see that even with professional sports players, the ones that we've interviewed, they've talked about just being in that role and how that role becomes them. And the second that you are no longer in that role, it's hard to make that next transition because you feel locked into what you were before. And with life, with podcasting, all these other parts, it's here for you to learn and evolve. And think about the podcasts that you've liked to listen to and what you've got from those stories. And it's been engaging conversation, has opened up a new thought or a new arena or something thought-provoking for you to take forward, whether it be personally, professionally, with your health. And that is what podcasting has given us the opportunity to be exposed to new arenas, to new ways, right? Even just about real estate. We've now used, and it's almost like puzzle pieces from all these different podcasts, picked apart little pieces of all these little things we've heard in these shows and put them to a puzzle that continues to grow our life, grow our business, make our multifamily business successful. So what can you do today, whether it's not podcasting, to put yourself in a place where you go take action, just to be out there in the world, to be out there taking yourself to the next level, to be out there pushing forward, to do something that may expose you to something that could help you. And guess what? If it doesn't, you've learned a lesson about what doesn't help you. How great is that? And that's what happens in life. And instead of saying, okay, maybe not today, but let 2022 be a year for you to grow, to learn about you, to learn about what you can do, to learn about what is possible for you.
So what are the next steps that you need to take? What is that action step that you need to take? Even if it's bite-sized, what is that bite-sized action step that you need to take it to that goal that you have? Because I know some of you posted that huge, hairy, audacious goal onto Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever it is. So how are you going to get there? Is there a book that you've always been wanting to write? Is there art that you've always wanted to do? Is there a podcast that you've always wanted to start? Is there a job? Is there multifamily? Is there a type of real estate that you've always wanted to get into? Why not do it? Why not take that step right now? So if there's anything Jason and I can do to help you on this journey, hit that link below. Let us know how we can help you.
Yeah. And so we leave you with this. I want you to take away two things here. You have to be patient with what's in front of you. But at the same time, you need to be impatient with where you are. And now sounds like I'm talking two sides, from both sides of my mouth here. But however, too many times we try something and we quit immediately because we're not patient enough to see and let it manifest. But many times on the other side of it, we don't push forward because we're stuck where we are, and we're too patient with where we are. That's not working. So you have to find the ability to take yourself to this next level, and that can happen. And if you want to talk about large multifamily, awesome. Go down there, hit that button, 7-Figure Multifamily. We'd love to have a conversation with you to learn more about you. But go down there, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps us get out to more people who need this message, who need to discover where they can go in life. And for that, let's do this.
Aloha.